Your dining chairs a makeover on a budget. James Treble shows us how. That's next. See you soon. Are your dining chairs in need of a makeover? Well, updating them yourself is easy and it's affordable. We have interior designer James Treble here to show us how to revamp our dining chairs.
How are
Welcome
you?
back to the
Thanks so much.
See you.
Hi, everyone.
Where do we start? This can be an expensive process.
It can be, and it just is upsetting when you go down the street and you see how much furniture people throw out, right?
Yes.
I feel like I'm trapped in a cave.
You look very comfortable behind there, actually, don't you? So, look, this is a timber dining chair, and this is a really good one to look at for beginners because if you look at the seat pad, you can see that it's very simple underneath to be able to upholster. So we're going to do that in a second. So it's a great one for beginners. So what I want to do is, just because of the wonders of television, I've already sanded this. So I used an electric sander, but you can also use just a sanding block.
Right.
And always, of course, be safe. And I use the it's a product White Knight. It's a sealer and binder, so it's a primer. Which means
how much of that would you need for 6 chairs, say?
it's not much. Look, I've already done the chair and I used like this much. It goes on pretty well because it's a
can
thick
of that
product.
to do the whole
So
thing.
if we take that one down, abracadabra,
Ba-dum.
boom, boom, boom,
Oh, wow.
and you can already see the transformation just with the undercoat.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's quite a thick paint, and I put 2 coats on that, and you let them dry between. So there's always instructions on the side of the tin.
Okay.
Fantastic.
But I want to add some punchy colour here, and I'm going to let you be a little bit of a Picasso.
Oh, please, yeah.
So I've got these tins that splashes. Now, this is tiny tins, perfect for DIY jobs.
Right.
So I'm pushing it here, doing a bigger piece, but it works well.
Okay.
Strong colours like yellow or red, you do need to do about 2 or 3 coats because it's light paint.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I can get you to
fantastic.
slowly... You're going to...
A little bit of father into Janty.
Do you need that?
You don't need that for
Okay,
painting.
right.
You need that for sanding, but it looks really good, so we'll
It
go
does.
with
It's
it.
very visual. It's very visual.
You don't need it, but, you know, it
That's a quick
spices things up a
question.
bit.
Sure.
How did you get the seat actually off the chair? How
Look,
do
it's
they?
simple. Underneath, it's just screwed. So I just used a screwdriver,
Okay.
and there's 4 screws that go through onto this.
Yeah, fab.
So it's great to look at how you're doing that, and you can see that paint going on. And it's a
Right.
great tip
It's a
too.
nice-
Follow the grain, which you're actually naturally doing.
No,
so you're
I'm a
DIY
natural.
king.
I'm a natural.
So what we're going to have a go now is
Yes.
upholstering the seat pad. So I've actually pre-cut a piece of fabric, and I've got lots of offcuts which I hang on to. So they're always good to keep for jobs like
Yeah.
this.
Yep.
And this is going to give my chair a little bit of a tribal feel. So if you lay this out, I've got the piece cut to size. Now the trick is here because we've got.
So you don't
watch
take-
our
you don't
time.
take the old
I
cover
leave
off?
that on.
Okay.
Look, it's all fine. It's working.
Yep.
It's functional. It's not broken. So if it ain't broke,
And that's the
I
thing.
like it, I
You,
like that.
you see all this furniture on the side of the road, and it's got good bones. It just needs
that's
a
the
bit
thing.
of life,
And when
right?
it's timber, this could have. My grandkids could be painting this and giving it a new life.
Yeah.
That's the great thing with timber, right?
Fantastic.
So the good thing is when you're upholstering the top, just remember to turn it over and make a little hem before you staple it, because that's going to make it stronger and not fray.
Can I hold
Yeah,
this
you
and then-
can. And the staple gun, you just hold it down. You can get these in the hardware shop, so they're really easy to get.
Don't
And-
let Sarah Harris use that.
No. And then I always put 2 on one side, right? That get into the centre. Then I flip it onto the other side, and I do exactly the same thing, and I pull it taut but not too tight so it doesn't stretch the fabric and throw it out of line.
Okay, yep.
And again, I just put that over.
Can I try it?
You can, please do.
And so always
you
fold it over so it doesn't
Hold it
fray.
down. Yep. Done like a pro.
Oh, gee,
Focus
that's,
on my dog.
that's easy, isn't it?
So I repeat the motion onto the other sides.
Okay.
And if you want to keep going there,
Sure.
great tradie assistant.
Hey?
Oh.
You look better than the ones I'm normally working with.
I know, look at me. It's like reporter Barbie's been let into the hardware
It's
store.
like the Julia Roberts of tradesmen. So we start to do this. Now, the tricky bit is the corners. So I just start from one corner in to the
Are
side.
these mini hospital corners?
There are
perhaps?
mini hospital corners.
Okay.
You know how to make a bed. So I'm just doing into the corner there. Then I flip it over. I'm doing this quick because we've got time, but if you just take your time and you work your way along, then I staple in. Now, because I've got all this excess, just use a nice pair of scissors and cut that off, not too much, but the excess because it's going to bulk up. And then I fold that all in and then pull my corner forward and remember to tie over the hem.
Oh, this
again.
seems like the tricky part, doesn't
Right.
it? You might need 2 hands, 4 hands for this.
So if we just pull that through, and I'm going to get you to do that for me. I'm going to push that down. Don't do my finger.
Ow!
Just do that
no.
tight, push it in. Yeah. Now you can see that you end up with quite a nice, neat edge.
Yes.
So we work our way around there, and you can see the transformation on this
Wow.
already. You're
That's
doing a
great.
great job there, mate.
Oh, thank you
now,
very
because
much,
of time, I've already pre-prepared one, so I'm just going to grab
Oh,
this.
come on, I've been
chair,
working on this all day.
Look, just pretend you did it. And abracadabra.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Here is the
Oh,
chair
that is nice.
transformed. Now I chose a different fabric here
That's
because
gorgeous.
I think this is a really nice gypsy
Yeah.
look. It's great for a teenage girl's room or a really funky city pad. So
Yeah.
it really looks really good, and you can see how great that looks. And obviously picks up the yellow in this pattern. But if I wanted a different look, this more tribal pattern looks really good as well. If you want it to be toned down a little bit more
Nice.
and a bit more sophisticated. So
Is this a kind of a canvas? Does it matter what sort of material you
Good
use?
question.
Because when you have a lot of bums on
yeah,
seats,
so you
it
don't want a
wears,
thin
right?
like a thin business shirt cotton. You want
Yeah.
a stronger material. So it is like a canvas. And if you
Yeah.
speak to the guys when you're getting fabric, you can get checked that you can get something a bit stronger than
Yeah.
taut.
And how do you attach it to the seat?
So when it's
You just-
attached back in, the screws go back in at the bottom. I just didn't do it, so I
Right,
can swap
okay.
the pad.
Yeah. So
but if you
That's
look
fab.
now, and I show you that
Oh, there you
again,
go.
remember what that chair looked
Let's
like.
compare chairs.
And see what it looks like now.
Oh,
It's
that's
pretty
amazing.
easy. I just used the white night splashes, and I said, don't forget to do the undercoat. But if you look at before and after, it's a big transformation, right?
Okay, so lots of people would chuck out their old chairs.
They would.
What does it cost to repurpose six
Look,
chairs like this?
I reckon you're talking about probably $100, $125
For all six?
All six, because the
About 20
fabric's
bucks a
not
chair.
expensive because you don't need much per seat, right? And the paint goes really well. I actually used on this one chair, I used probably a third of a tin, and you saw how small these tins are, right? So it goes on really well. Just let it dry between coats, and like I said, the yellow or red, strong
Yeah.
colours do need about 3 or 4 coats, but.
And how long do you have to
fine.
wait between each coat?
I left
Just
it
touch
about
dry?
5 hours. They like sometimes to leave it longer. With the undercoat, you get a better job if you do it longer. But,
Yeah.
when we do the living room, we have no time, so it's always in a hurry.
Yeah,
It's really,
yeah.
really quick, and we put fans on it. So I just want people to get excited about doing it. And if the paint doesn't work, you can also use spray. It's just a bit messier, so do it outside and do it in an a nice area. So you can do splashes or squirts. It's a great.
Oh, I love a good squirt. I love a squirt.
Sounds like, oh, look what I've done. I picked up the pink. For more design info, you can head to jamestreble.com. James, always lovely seeing you. This is
Thank you so
fantastic.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.